Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm showing you everything's been added, changed and fixed in Minecraft Snapshot 23w42a, including this new crafter for Minecraft 1.21. And so this is the very first snapshot that has exclusive 1.21 features, including this crafter. It is hidden behind an experimental toggle. So you first have to activate the 1.21 experiment before you can get access to these new items and blocks. And so of course, last week we had Minecraft Live 2023 on Sunday, where they announced a whole lot of 1.21 features, not all of them. But if you want to get a full summary of all of those features, I'll leave a link to a video on the top right of your screen, so you can watch that right after this one for all the other features coming to 1.21. But in today's video we'll be focusing on the crafter that is added in today's snapshot. And also this video is a live stream at the same time, that's why there's no editing going on in this video. But it does mean you get this video as soon as possible. So let's go over this crafter block that has been added. So the crafter is a new block that enables the crafting of items and blocks via redstone. So basically auto crafting, something that has been like a wished for feature for very long for Minecraft. And so the crafter will eject one crafted item at a time when powered by a redstone signal. So let's take a look at that. So we can look at the the UI of the crafter. Like AI is taking over the world right now, I'm not quite sure. Anyway, let's put in, for example, the items for a diamond pickaxe. So there would be some sticks and some diamonds. So let's go into the crafter and let's place in 2 sticks and 3 diamonds. There we go. And you can see there's a diamond pickaxe right there. Now you can't take this out of the crafter right here. The only way to take it out is by powering the crafter using a redstone signal. So let's, for example, place down a button next to the crafter. And there we go. It pushes out the diamond pickaxe right into my inventory. We also see an animation of the top of the crafter becoming red with the redstone signal. So if there's nothing in there, only the 2 back parts here become red, so those 2 buttons at the back. But if there is items inside of the crafter, so we can put some more in here, there we go. If there are items in there, it actually activates the entire thing, so you can see that the entire thing becomes red. That's a quite cool animation. And so it has to be activated by a redstone signal or redstone pulse and not a continuous signal. So if you use a continuous signal, it doesn't just push out a whole lot of items at once. But of course we can try to add a nice clock after it. So let's grab the blocks for a redstone clock. And using that, of course, we can make it such that we can activate this multiple times. And then actually get multiple blocks out of it, or multiple items, diamond pickaxes in this case. So let's quickly make that. A redstone torch clock. Can I still do that? Apparently not. There we go. There it is. And some redstone. And then put it into the back of that crafter that has the diamond pickaxes in it. And there you can see it now just shoots out all those different diamond pickaxes every single time. So upon receiving a new signal, the crafter will eject the recipe result from the front face, as you saw just there. Let's put in a few more diamonds to keep seeing what is going on there. There we go. You can see that the front or mouth of the crafter actually opens and a diamond pickaxe shoots out of it. If the output result has multiple types of items, all the result items will be ejected together. So that basically means that if we, instead of putting all of these items in there, we put in, so for example, a log. It of course usually crafts 4 planks. So if you put in 1 log like this, it shoots out 4 planks at once. You don't have to wait for it to shoot out 4 of those different planks after each other. Also, that's a lot of pickaxes. Let's clear my inventory. And so the crafter can be oriented in any direction when placed. So if you place down a crafter, it faces towards you. As you can see, whichever direction you're facing, the face always faces towards you when you place it. As you can see. Now let's take a closer look at the UI of the crafter, because of course there's the other feature of disabling slots. Also look at that nice arrow. It's a redstone arrow that is new as well and different compared to the crafting table. So the crafter has a 3x3 interactable crafting grid. The crafting grids are toggleable, meaning that the player can change the behavior of a slot by clicking or pressing on a slot with an empty hand. So you can click on this, and that means that it is either disabled or enabled. So if you disable these slots of the crafter, it means that if you put a hopper on top of it, it can only put items in that specific slot. So a slot that is toggled cannot hold any items, and therefore cannot have items placed into it by other blocks such as hoppers and droppers. And this makes it easier to, for example, if you want to craft different shaped recipes, for example, for a hopper, you would only unlock these different slots and then put in an iron ingot, an iron ingot, an iron ingot, a chest, an iron ingot, and another iron ingot. Let's try that actually. So let's grab a hopper. And let's lock it with a redstone block. So let's place a redstone block next to it. And let's place a hopper on top. There we go. And then grab some iron and a chest. So iron and a chest. So what we would want is first an iron, an iron, and then an iron. So 3 iron. Like this. Then a chest. And then another 2 iron. So let's unlock this and then see what happens. Ah, okay, of course we have to not activate it every single tick. That is probably an issue. So let's try that again. Let's place this back. Put in 3 iron, a chest, and another 2 iron. Unlock this, and there we go, we can see it makes a hopper. And there we go, we have a hopper at the end. And then afterwards, of course, you can activate it and get that hopper. So unlike the crafting table, the crafter displays a preview of the crafted item, which will be crafted and ejected on the next redstone pools, but it can't be taken out of the crafter, as we saw before. And the crafter UI is shared between all players interacting with the crafter, meaning that multiple players can interact with the crafter at the same time, similar to chests and hoppers. So if one person in a multiplayer server disables a slot, all the other people will see that happening as well at the same time. You can actually disable slots at the same time both. That's how that works. Then there's also interactions with other blocks. So it gives out a comparator signal strength as well. So let's grab a comparator and put it next to the crafter to see how this works. So as you can see, it currently has an output, even though there are no items in there. That's probably because of this redstone block. No. Okay, let's see how this works. So the comparator signal strength is 0 to 9, where each non-empty or toggle slot adds 1 strength. Ah, so if you turn all those off, then the comparator turns off as well. That makes sense. So let's place a couple of blocks afterwards and see. Or actually, let's do redstone blocks, redstone lamps. So we can see how this exactly works. So all the way up to all the way here, and then place some redstone on top. So you can see the different signal strengths. Of course, this is not completely equal because it will turn off multiple lamps at the same time, but it's still fine to look to see what it does. So we can disable a slot like this, and you can see it gives us a redstone signal strength of 1. We can give another one, 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 and the maximum signal strength here is 9. So that is how the comparator works with this crafter. Then next, hoppers can be used to insert and pull out items from the crafters. You don't have to shoot them out using a redstone signal. You can also place a hopper underneath, and then once you've crafted a item, just like this, it just pulls it out into the hopper below. Then droppers can be used to insert items into the crafter as well. So you can put a hopper on top to put in items. You can also put a dropper next to it to put in items. And moving items in from other blocks, so from hoppers and droppers, prioritizes filling items into slots following these rules. So yes, this is how the hoppers actually put items in there. So we already saw before that it puts in the items in only the enabled slots, so not in the disabled slots as we saw before. And it puts them in from the top left to the bottom right. So first left to right, top to bottom. And if there are no empty slots, then prioritize the smallest stack of the item. Alright, so pick the first if there are multiple. If there is a toggle slot, it will be skipped. The item will then be moved into the container. If the item cannot be moved, it will be ejected into the world. So yeah, there's a lot of different things here going on with the crafter, different interactions with how droppers and hoppers interact with it. You're just going to have to play with it, see how this works, and then see what kind of things are happening there. But the basic usage is just that it places in the items from the top left to the bottom right and ignores these disabled slots. And of course, Mozing would like to hear your feedback on the crafter as well. So leave a link in the description down below to a feedback thread where you can give a whole lot of feedback on the crafter, what you think should be added or changed to it, and what you think about it in general as well. Alright, then we also, that's basically it for the crafter. Then there's also some other changes in this snapshot as well, which are not related to 1.21 specifically, but are of course also new features. So they've added an accessibility option that allows to hide the yellow splash text in the main menu. So if we go back to our main menu, you always see these yellow splash text on the top right. In this case, it actually says subscribe to Mac Stuff, which is a good idea. But if you want to remove all of these, all you need to do is go to Options, Accessibility Settings, and then over here, you will see a new option all the way at the bottom, Hide Splash Text, and you can set that to On. Press done, and now you will no longer see that splash text in the main menu screen. If you want to know how to get those custom splash texts, like the one I showed you before, there we go. Then check out the video in the top right of your screen. I explain exactly how to get these custom splash messages yourself. Right, then as for other changes, they've also added a recovery screen for worlds with missing data. For example, if saving failed due to an unexpected shutdown, so you'll be able to see a new screen there. There's also some technical changes, so the data pack version is now 21, the resource pack version is 19, and there's been minor changes to chat components serialization. And apart from this, there are also quite a few bugs that have been fixed, around 20. And most of them are quite recent bugs. But you can read through all of those yourself if you want. I'll leave the patch notes again in the description down below as well. But that is pretty much it for today's snapshot. Of course, we still want to see more 1.21 features in the future, such as the trial chamber, trial spawner, and the breeze. But also, of course, there's copper blocks and tough blocks we saw during Minecraft Live 2023. And if you want to don't miss those different additions to Minecraft, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'll be uploading new snapshot videos and snapshot live streams as soon as possible with these new Minecraft 1.21 features. And we'll see these new features coming out in the coming few weeks. But now we already have the crafter in the game, which is amazing. And so if you like this video, then please subscribe!